Welcome back, everyone. This is Radio Free Market, and I'm your host, Michael McKay, and with me, Dr. Timothy Terrell, and we're discussing the 10 common objections to capitalism, and we're on number 9 now. This is the capitalism puts products ahead of people. Please respond to that.
Yes, well, there's this common objection that companies are only after profit. They're not putting people's priorities first, and you have a certain number of cases that constantly come up in business ethics classes, and one common one is the Ford Pinto case, where Ford made a car that turned out if it was hit in a rear-end collision, it would burst into flame. And in the court case, it was discovered that if Ford had simply put an $11 improvement into the car, they could have avoided this. And it was as though Ford were trying to kill their customers. This is not generally a good business practice.
No, not for a car company.
Certainly not, no. And in hindsight, with all the bad publicity, I'm sure they would have made different choices. But it's not a problem for a firm to have to think about the costs and benefits of improving quality. There's no such dichotomy between a safe product and an unsafe product. It's a spectrum. You can have more safety or less.
That's a beautiful statement. It's a spectrum, not a two separate boxes.
Yes.
You know, we don't get to choose the safe box or the unsafe box.
Right.
There's a spectrum upon which we have to choose where we're going to be.
That's right. And to assume that government regulation is going to produce the right amount of safety for everyone, I think is a fallacy.
I love how you say the capitalist satisfies the consumer's complex personal set of priorities. That's really great.
Yes, there's so many dimensions to any product that people are looking for. And the entrepreneur has to look at what consumers want, try to predict what they will want in the future, and try to satisfy that as well as they can. Some consumers may want a more safe car. Some people may want more fuel economy. Some people may want more performance.
Obviously, a smaller, thinner, shelled car obviously doesn't have the same protection power as a bigger, heavier, thicker car.
And one of the ironies of this is that we have another government regulation that's creating less safe cars, the corporate average fuel economy requirement.
Okay. So let's go on to objection number 10, and that is capitalism leads to the production of objectionable goods and services. And I almost tripped on that, objectionable goods and services. And my question is, who says?
Right. It's either going to be the government telling you what you can and can't do with your person, with your property, or it's going to be the individual. And my priority, I tend to have a rather strong idea about morality, and there's certain things that I approve of and don't approve of. But the key is that when I'm trying to perpetuate my idea of morality, I use persuasion.
Right.
I don't want to force other people to comply. I would much rather see them agree with me. And so I'm a professor partly because I want to seek agreement and understanding.
I think you also used example, your own life. You know, you demonstrate by living a peaceful life that it works.
Yes.
And so persuasion, example, the demonstration of it, I think is education. That's an excellent thing.
That's certainly what I do with my own children. I can't expect them to continue along the lines that I approve of unless they are agreeing with me. That's my tactic.
So what is it that we can't do in order to really affect change?
Using aggression against someone else to deprive them of their property or their freedom, I think is one of the most objectionable things that we can do.
And I would agree with you. And on that particular note, I'm going to thank you, Dr. Timothy Terrell, for being with us today. This is Michael McKay in Radio Free Market. Please visit us on the web at radiofreemarket.com, where you can download this and all of our shows for free. And until next week, wherever you are, please stand up for freedom. Thank you for listening.